So for the past 3 summers, I've been working as a lifeguard for Lifetime Fitness. And as I was getting hired, I was actually hired alongside one of my coworkers who was indeed a female. And this individual was the same age as me, had the same experience as me, and did have the same qualifications as me. During the second summer of working at Lifetime Fitness, the coworker that I was originally hired with was actually getting paid less than I was getting paid, and I found this out while actually running through an exercise as a lifeguard. This is an example of social inequality, and not just my manager being mean to my coworker, because my manager actually believes that a woman lifeguard versus a man lifeguard should not be paid equally because a woman lifeguard may not be as capable as a male lifeguard. Because of the fact that she was a woman, she was getting paid less than I was getting paid. After finding out that was getting paid much less than me, I actually did not do anything about this information. Two concepts of social inequality that most align to my scenario of unequal pay within an institution is gender stratification as well as institutional discrimination. When referring to gender stratification refers to a social ranking in which men are generally ranked with a higher status than women. This clearly applies to my situation, as my manager ranks me as higher than my coworker because I am a man and she is a woman, and he stratifies her as a lower class and therefore pays her less. When speaking to institutional discrimination refers to an unjust or mistreatment of an individual by an organization or an institution. And this is clearly seen as my manager representing Lifetime Fitness as an institution who is discriminating my coworker, who is a female, because of her gender, and therefore is being treated with mistreatment because of unequal pay. The act of unequal pay has been normalized by society as, in the past, in America's history, women and men didn't actually get the same pay. And because of this trend has been continued and is reflected in use today. Two mechanisms that maintain inequality are dominant ideology and cultural hegemony. Dominant ideology. And dominant ideology is a mechanism of social control that frames how the majority of the population thinks about their place in society. And this relates to this specific scenario as women in history have been not paid equally, and this trend has continued on because of dominant ideology, and that's how people are still thinking in today. Cultural hegemony. Specifically speaking, cultural hegemony, it is the domination of a society by a ruling class who manipulates another society. And in this example, it is seen that in history, men initially were the working class, and once women started working, they regulated the pay of women, and it is clearly seen again today as that trend is still present in society today. What I could have done differently in this scenario was I could have actually approached my manager, or I could have told my coworker that I was getting paid more than her, and this would have encouraged her to go talk to her manager about it and confront her and maybe even resolve this by her getting paid the same amount I'm getting paid. The relationship between agency and structure relates mostly as agency is seen as a free agent where someone individually acts with their own actions and takes about scenarios with their own personal actions, while structure, on the other hand, is seen as a manner dictated by social structure. In my example, social structure can easily be seen as me not reacting to this and by saying that it's none of my business to get involved with her pay and anything with her work politics. But agency says that I can act on my own and I can actually go initiate a conversation with the coworker and speak about how my pay is a little more than her pay and how she could maybe approach the manager about it.